Good morning, students. How are you all? Hope all of you are fit and fine at home and doing your studies also. Yes? So, are you studying at home? Okay. So, all those who are studying, very good. And all those who are not studying, start studying. Yes? Start your studies. So, now with this, let's start our social science class. So students, in our earlier video, what we were discussing? We were discussing about chapter 3, climate. Yes, we were discussing about chapter 3, climate. And in this, what were the topics we were discussing? We have discussed in earlier class the factors influencing the climate of the place, altitude or height above the sea level, and winds. So the factors which are influencing a climate of a place, we have discussed altitude, which means height above the sea level, and winds, which affect the climate of a place. So we will just do a recapitulation of these topics and then we will move to our next topic of this chapter. So let's start with the first recapitulation topic. The factor influencing climate of the place, altitude. So what is altitude, students? Altitude is the height of an area measured from the sea level. So what is altitude? Altitude is the height of a area. It is a height of a area measured from the sea level. You can see the height. This height is the altitude. Now we will move to the other thing. Do you know why people go hill station in summers? Yes? Anyone can answer me. Do you know why people go hill station in summer? We have discussed this also in earlier class. And the answer is, the higher we go, the cooler it becomes. It is because temperature falls with height gained. It is cold in the high mountains because mountains are very high, at very high altitude. This is the reason that the places which are at mountain are cool. Yes, and Ludhiana and Shimla are at the same distance from the equator. Like Ludhiana and Shimla are at the same distance from equator. Yes, this is Shimla and this is Ludhiana. But as we see, Shimla is cold while Ludhiana is hot in summers. Can you tell the reason why it is so? That Shimla is cold while Ludhiana is hot in summers, as they are on same distance from on the, yes, why it is so? The answer is because Shimla is located 2150 meters above the sea level, whereas Ludhiana is only 250 meters above the sea level. So you can see why Shimla is cold, because Shimla's altitude is 2150 meters. It is above the sea level, and the level which is high is 2150 meters, and whereas Ludhiana is only 250 meters above the sea level. This is the reason that Shimla is cool place and Ludhiana is hot in summers. As you can know, as height increases above the sea level, temperature decreases. Now we will move to another factor which influence the climate of the place, that are winds. So winds, what are winds? Winds affect the place they blow to. So winds are very fast air. Yes, winds affect the place they blow. So all of you have seen the winds. Yes, yes, I know everyone knows about the winds. Winds come from the hot areas, increase the temperature of the place they blow to. So if the winds are blowing from hot areas, it increases the temperature of the place where they are blowing. While winds coming from the cold areas, if the winds are coming from cold areas, they lower the temperature, they decreases the temperature of the place, and they blow to which they are blowing. And when they are decreasing the temperature of that place, the winds are making the place cool. And where they are increasing the temperature of the place, the winds are making the place hot. Yes. So now we will move. Till this we have discussed in earlier class. Now we will discuss further factors which are influencing the climate of the place, and that is distance from the sea. This is the other factor which influence the climate of the place, distance from the sea. So places near to the coast are neither too hot nor too cold. So as you know that the places which are near to the coast, the places which are near to the sea, yes, the land which is near to the sea is called coastal areas, yes, coastal plains. So the places which are near to the coast are neither too hot nor too cold. They don't have very hot climate and they do not have very cold climate. So they are neither too hot nor too cold. They have a moderate climate. So this climate is called neither too hot nor too cold. This type of climate is called moderate climate, and it is also called equable climate, where the places which are neither too hot nor too cold are having moderate climates, or we can also say that it is having equable climate. So this is a coastal area, and you can see the sea is there, and nearby the sea, the plain area is called as a coastal area. And this place is neither too hot and nor too cold. It has a moderate climate and equable climate. What is the reason for this? That there is neither too hot climate nor too cold climate. What is the reason behind this? Tell me, students, anyone know? Let us see what is the reason behind this. This is because of the land breeze and sea breezes. So the climate is not too hot nor too cold, neither too hot nor too cold. The reason is because of the land and sea breezes. Now the question will be arising in your mind that, ma'am, what is land breeze and what is sea breeze? Let's study that what are these land breeze and sea breeze. In the daytime, the sun heat both the land and the sea. Yes, in the daytime when the sun heat is coming, sun rays are coming on the earth, the sun rays heat the land also and the water area also, the seas also. Land heats more quickly than the water. So, land heats more quickly with the sun rays than the water. Hence, it is hotter than the sea. Hence, the land becomes hotter than the sea in the daytime. Yes. So, what happens then? As you know that hot air is lighter than the cold air. As we all know that hot air is lighter than the cold air. Therefore, warm air above the land rises. So, what happens when the hot air is lighter than the cold air? The warm air, the hot air rises above the land. And when it rises above the land, what happens? The cool air from the sea. So the cool air from the sea comes there on the land and take its place. When the warm air is rising above the land, the place is vacant. So the sea air, the cool air from the sea comes and take the place of the warm air. And this is known as the sea breeze. What it is known as the sea breeze, when the cool air from the sea comes and take the place of the warm air on the land. This is known as sea breeze. It cools the land near the coast. Why it cools the air near the coast? Because it is cool air which is coming from the sea, and when it is coming from the sea to the land, it makes the place cool. It makes the land cool near the coast. Understood? Now what happens? At night the opposite happens. That was a case of a day. When a day was there, the sun rays were falling on the land and the sea. It was making the land hotter than the water, than the sea. And when the sea air, the hot air of the land was rising up, the warm air of the land was rising up, The cool air from the sea comes and take the place of the warm air on the land and makes the coastal area cooler. But at night the opposite happens. The land cools down more quickly than the sea because there is no sun rays. The sea cools down slowly. The air above the sea is warmer. Now what happened? The air above the sea became warmer and it rises up. The cooler air from the land blows towards the sea. This is called the land breeze. So when at night the sea is hot, warmer than the land. So what happens? The air above the sea is warmer and it rises up. And when it rises up from the sea, the cooler air from the land blows towards the sea. And this is called the land breeze. Due to the land and sea breezes, the weather near the sea is pleasant. That is the reason why the weather here is pleasant, because there is not very hot, not very cool weather due to the land and sea breeze. Whenever there is hot, the cool air from the sea or from the land comes and make the weather of that coastal area pleasant. Yes. Now, the another factor we will discuss, that is a factor influencing climate of the place, and it is humidity. So what is humidity, students? We have already discussed this. What is humidity? The amount of water vapor present in the air is called humidity. So when the amount of water vapor is present in the air, or when the amount of water is present in the air, this is called humidity. Humidity affects the climate of the place. So humidity also affects the climate of a place. You can see humidity, the dot or the droplets and the dot of the water there, that is the humidity which is present in the air. The winds blowing from sea to land bring a lot of moisture with them. So the winds which are blowing from sea to land brings a lot of moisture with them. They make the climate in coastal areas very humid. So the winds which are blowing from sea to land, they bring a lot of moisture with them, and when they are bringing lot of moisture with them, they make the coastal area, they make the climate of the coastal area very humid, very hot, humid. Yes. Now we will talk about the another factor which influence the climate of a place, that is ocean currents. Ocean currents also influence the climate of a place. Now oceans have warm and cold currents. So what oceans have? Oceans are large bodies of water. Yes, oceans are large bodies of water. So when oceans have warm and cold currents, these currents affect the climate of the coastal area. So these currents affect the climate of the coastal area. Now you would be thinking that, ma'am, what are currents? Yes, so we will study in further slide. See this you can see here, there is Atlantic Ocean, there is Indian Ocean, and there is Pacific Ocean. Yes, and we have 5 oceans. So I am just talking about these 3 right now. So all these Atlantic Ocean, Indian Ocean, and Pacific Ocean, you can see the red lines and the blue lines. These are the currents. These are the movements of the waves. Yes, of the waves of the ocean. So when these currents are moving, these red lines, you can say these are the warm currents. These are the warm currents. They make the ocean have warm and cold currents. So these are warm currents. And the blue, you can see these red are the warm currents, and the blue waves are the cold currents. These currents which are moving towards which are having blue color are the cool currents, and the currents which are having the red color are the warm currents. And when the ocean is having warm and cold current, both these currents have the climate of the coastal area change. They affect the climate of the coastal area affected. Now we will understand what are currents first. So currents are cohesive streams of sea water that circulate through the oceans. So what are currents, students? Currents are cohesive streams. So what the streams? The waves which joins each other. So these are of the sea water, and they circulate through the ocean. So they circulate in a circular motion. They circulate through the ocean, and these are the cohesive streams which joins the sea water and which is circulated through the oceans. And ocean current is a continuous directed movement. Now we will understand what is ocean currents. And ocean currents is a continuous directed movement of seawater generated by a number of forces acting upon the water, including winds and temperature, etc. So you can see here there are oceans, and these ocean currents are moving in warm currents and the cold currents. The red are the warm currents and the blue arrows are the cold currents. When these ocean currents, what are ocean currents? Ocean current is a continuous, they continuously move in a and directed movement of a sea water. This is a sea water which has a continuous movement generated by number of forces. These currents are generated by number of forces acting upon the water. And what are that factors? That factors are winds and temperature. When the winds and temperature influence the ocean currents, so these ocean currents also influence the climate of the coastal plain areas. Now you understood what is this? Now student, there is a video for you all. Just watch this. The greenhouse effect. What is the greenhouse effect, students? So now just watch this greenhouse effect. How this greenhouse effect affect our climate and atmosphere. Just see this video, then we will discuss that what is greenhouse effect. Okay, students, just see and see this video. Now students, you understood how greenhouse effect is important for us and how these greenhouse gases are helping us. Yes, but these greenhouse gases should be in an appropriate quantity in our atmosphere so that they can trap the sun radiations and rays, and they can help the earth, our planet, to be green. Yes, so the greenhouse effect, why this greenhouse effect is being kept for the name greenhouse effect is kept? Because the sun radiation and the sun rays are coming to the earth. Yes, they are coming to the earth, but if they are not trapped and if they are not able to go out, what will it make? It will make the atmosphere of the earth very hot and very warm, which will affect the human life, the animals, the living beings, and it will also affect the atmosphere as a whole. So now we would understand that how these greenhouse effect is affecting our climate and the environment. Yes, so let's see that how this is affecting. Now you can see here that the greenhouse effect is a warming process near the earth's surface. So you can see you have seen in the video also that the greenhouse effect is a warming process near the earth's surface when the sun rays are coming on the earth. This happens when the earth's atmosphere trap the sun heat. So how it happens, the warming process of the earth? It happens when the earth's atmosphere traps the sun's heat. When the atmosphere traps or catches the sun's heat, then the earth's surface become warm. The atmosphere acts like a glass in a greenhouse. So the atmosphere act just like a glass. Like in the video you have seen the greenhouse in a nursery. The same way on our earth, the atmosphere acts as a glass in a greenhouse. It is from here that the greenhouse effect gets its name, and from here only it has got the name as greenhouse effect, because the atmosphere acts like a glass over our earth, over our planet earth. The atmosphere is a mixture of gases, but our modern lifestyle is upsetting the natural balance of these gases. So as I have told you, student, the atmosphere, what is atmosphere all about? You have studied in science also. So the atmosphere is a mixture of lots of gases. So, but our modern lifestyle, our living style has upset the natural balance of these gases. So whatever combination the atmosphere should have of these mixture of gases, that all has been disturbed because of our modern lifestyle. We are having lots of factories, we have lots of vehicles, because of which our natural balance of these gases has been disturbed. Exhaust gases from vehicles and power stations add about 6 billion tons of carbon dioxide. So, because of the exhaust gases from vehicles, when we are running the vehicles on the road, the pollution is there, the gases are coming out, and the power stations. These all are giving the gases, different harmful gases, which are adding 6 billion tons of carbon dioxide in our environment. As in the video also we have seen, which are the three greenhouse effect gases, that is carbon dioxide, methane, and one is also nitrogen oxide. Yes, these were the three gases, and because there are vehicles in our day-to-day life, we are using vehicles, we are using power stations, so they are adding very harmful gases to our environment, and it is adding about 6 billion tons of carbon dioxide in our atmosphere, which is very harmful for our living. The extra carbon dioxide, CO2 means carbon dioxide. The extra carbon dioxide has caused the lower atmosphere to become warmer. This in turn causes more water to evaporate into the
atmosphere. So when the carbon dioxide is increasing in our environment, what it is making, it is causing the temperature of the atmosphere becoming warmer, very high. This in turn causes more water vapor into the atmosphere. So when the warmer atmosphere will be there, the water vapor will be made, and then water will change into vapors, and then water will evaporate into the atmosphere. Water vapors is also good at absorbing heat, which causes the Earth's atmosphere to become even warmer. So when the water is changed to water vapors, these water vapors are also very good absorbers of heat, and they are also making our Earth atmosphere very warmer. The average temperature of the atmosphere has risen by almost 1 degree Celsius in last 200 years. So now you understood that because of this increase of these greenhouse gases, the atmosphere of our Earth is becoming warmer and warmer, and because of this, the average temperature of the atmosphere has risen by almost 1 degree Celsius in last 200 years. As the amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere has increased, scientists have called this warming up of the Earth's surface as global warming. So as the temperature is increasing day by day because of lot of amount of carbon dioxide in our atmosphere is increasing. So this warming of our Earth's surface, the scientists has kept the name as global warming. And why there is global warming? There is global warming due to the increase in temperature only, and because of the harmful gases which are there in our atmosphere, as we have upset the natural balance of these gases by using the modern lifestyle like vehicles and power station. So we should minimize that. You can see in this diagram also. Are you able to see this diagram? That these are the heat energy radiation into space. The heat is coming from the sun. From here the heat is coming. And then it is being tapped by heat energy radiations here. And because of vehicle uses and because of industries, all the extra carbon dioxide are burning from the fossil fuels, and they are also going in the environment. When they are going into the environment, this carbon dioxide, these gases are making the environment very hot, and which is making our Earth's surface warmer and warmer, and this phenomena is called as global warming by the scientists. Now you understand.
So today we have discussed about the factors which are influencing the climate, like we have discussed about altitude, we have discussed about winds, we have discussed about distance from the sea level, we have discussed about the humidity which affects the climate of a place. We have also discussed about the ocean currents which are affecting the climate of a place, and most important, we have also discussed about the greenhouse effect, that how the greenhouse effect is affecting the climate of the place on the earth, how these greenhouse gases are affecting the surface of the earth and becoming the earth more and more warmer. And it is also considered, this global warming, this warming of the earth's surface is considered by the scientists as a global warming. And why there is a global warming? Because of the increase in the greenhouse gases, which because of our modern lifestyle has been upset. We are using more vehicles and power stations, and other harmful gases are being are there in the atmosphere, and when their ratio, the balance is being upset, then it makes the atmosphere warmer and warmer, which is the cause for global warming. Yes, students, so now we have finished our explanation of the chapter. In our next video, we will discuss about the book exercise, we will do recapitulation and word power. Till then, thank you and have a nice day.